Hi, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. We are in week one of National Career Development Month, and me, Crystal Williams, hey, very excited to be your resident CEO in this entire process. Okay. And so, week one, the first task was for you to identify your top 3 to 5 skills that only you can really do well, right? You say, these are the skills that I know I can bring to the table. I can add value in this area, in the workplace, and or even in my business. This is what I do. This is what I'm known for. This particular skill or these particular skills, right? So now that you know that, now I'm going to talk about something about the other task. So, week one, task two is to think T shaped. No, not time out, but T shaped. Okay. I need you to think T shaped skills. And I know you're like, well, Crystal, what does that even mean to be T shaped? Well, this all stems from one of the biggest lessons from like the recent layoffs or any type of layoffs, right, is deep specialization alone is a risk, right? And what is our theme for this National Career Development Month is to future proof your career, accelerate through uncertainty. So, yes, it's a good thing to have a deep specialization as a career. However, like deep specialization meaning, oh, I only do this, I only do that. Yeah, that's the risk, my friends. Okay. That's the risk I'm referring to in this sense. So if your highly specific role disappears, you're left exposed if you're deeply specialized. Okay. And so what I want you to do to really accelerate through uncertainty, you need to be T shaped. Okay. So, T shape, the vertical bar, let's talk about that. The vertical bar in the T shape. The vertical bar is your deep core expertise. I'm going to say that again. The vertical bar on the T shape is your deep core expertise. So, for example, financial modeling and things that you know to be your expertise. This is what I'm experienced in accounting. I'm experienced in software development. I'm experienced in truly communicating with this particular group of people. I'm experienced in marketing and all those things, right? That is your primary value. So the vertical bar is the primary value you add or the primary skill you add. The horizontal bar of the T shape, the horizontal bar is your broad, adjacent, or neighboring and transferable skills. Okay. So the horizontal shape is your broad, adjacent, and transferable skills. Okay. So, for example, that means your project management skills, your presentation, your delivery, cross functional collaboration. It's really like those kind of soft skills per se. But this, in a sense, is your stability. Okay. And so, what I want you to do is to identify one adjacent skill that would make your core expertise more valuable. So, if you're a software developer, learn how to clearly explain complex technical concepts to the sales team. The diversification makes you a bridge. Okay? It makes you a bridge. And bridges are never the first to be cut or the first to be laid off. It's so important. I was just talking to a client who was a software developer or going to be a software developer. And I said, you know what's unique about you is that you come from a business background. So you can interpret those skill sets that as a software developer, if you're talking to the financial department, you can break it down to them in layman terms. Such a beautiful skill to have which is like a bridge skill, right? So I want you to identify those things. And so I'm going to give you some more examples of T shaped skills. Let's see. I want to go over a software engineer. So, again, if you're a software developer, your deep expertise would be like financial SaaS, financial modeling, expertise in React development, the algorithms, the database design. That would be your vertical bar. Your horizontal bar would be, again, your adjacent skills required to successfully deploy and manage code in a business environment. So, again, those are the project management, the business acumen, and so forth. And then the financial analyst profession, the vertical bar for that, or the deep expertise, would be core function specific knowledge and analytical techniques. So, for example, expertise in valuation, budgeting, forecasting, and specific regulatory knowledge. That's that deep expertise. Whereas the horizontal bar, which is the broad transferable skills, those are the soft and adjacent technical skills needed to effectively communicate and apply the financial insights across the business. So, again, that's like the cross functional collaboration, partnering with like sales marketing for variances and analysis. That's the data visualization using softwares like Tableau or Power BI or Power Business Intelligence. Okay. So hopefully that in a nutshell gives you an idea of how to figure out how you can be T-shaped. Okay. Because that is really going to help you become future proof in your career journey. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, comment on this video, or if you're on my special text messaging list, be like, hey, Crystal, I need some assistance with this. More than happy to help you out in that area. And so I look forward to talking to you even more. But until next time, have a great day.